Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this special Tuesday edition of Dad's on Wrestling, episode 101. I'm the Renegade of Wrestling, J.J. Williams.
And I am the apologetic Jeff Meacham. I feel I need to apologize to you for yesterday. You weren't here when I filmed After the Bell, and I'm sure you've seen what's gone up since.
I have.
And while I'm not happy with the promotion of Ray, it was not necessary to blow that out there. I already did it on Twitter a couple times, and now to take my own showtime and do it was unacceptable, so I apologize to you.
Well, while I may not agree 100% with your views and opinions, I do respect them as your own views and opinions. So
yeah.
There are no hard feelings, you know.
Okay. Yeah,
like you said on the show, I figure this is a great medium to try and get us more viewers and subscribers. Does it put money in his pocket at the end of the day? Yeah. Does that part of it suck? Yeah. But, you know, if we, film videos and post them to MySpace or YouTube or Facebook or whatever, we're reaching the same people we've already got. In order to expand and grow, we need to find new audience.
Yeah. That's
how
cool.
it has presented that to us.
That's cool. I just won't have.
So
I'm on there, but I can't figure it out.
So anyways, we're here today.
Yes.
Obviously, I have nothing to talk about for Renegade of Wrestling. We are coming on to SummerSlam weekend here, and I just felt the need to address something pretty big that's been going on in the wrestling rumor world for about the last week or so, having to do with Kevin Nash.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, with SummerSlam happening, for some reason the NWA didn't do their show this week, like they were talking about. There was the Mach 1 thing got canceled. So at the end of the day, there's nothing going on for you until next weekend.
Yeah.
So and Battleground's always our big thing. So figured what, we'll go ahead and talk about what everybody's been asking us to talk about.
And I'll tell you what, I'm gonna make this pledge here on Dad's 101. Yeah. If y'all want me to stop talking about Battleground, I want to start seeing your asses there.
Seriously.
Then I don't have to put it over no more.
That's right.
Because you're already seeing it.
That's right.
You're seeing it. You're being there. You're getting exposed to it. You're putting it over by putting $10 into their pockets.
That's right.
So the day I see people from our channel showing up at Battleground, coming up to us and saying, "Hey, I'm such and such and da-da-da on Twitter. I'm such and such and da-da-da on YouTube. I'm a fan of your show. I'm here to check out Battleground." Fuck off. I'm going to keep talking about it.
That's right.
Anyways, Kevin Nash went on to Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, it wasn't Twitter. It was an
interview they did. They got reposted by about everybody and their mother on Twitter.
Where he made a comment saying that the wrestling business died after Benoit and Guerrero became world champions.
And right away, Chris Jericho was quick to point out that, well, I guess he didn't say this, but I guess the business was, buried in '95 when Nash was WWF champion, and then dug back up for 10 more years.
Yeah.
Because Nash's reign as WWF champion was, by and large, the worst period of business for the WWF. That's why WCW was whooping their ass in the ratings.
And even Shawn Michaels' first run, Dusty Rhodes pointed that out the week he was Raw guest host.
Yep.
That WCW was killing WWF in the ratings in '96 and '97, and who was the champion then?
Shawn Michaels.
That's right. And Nash's good buddy, but you notice Nash didn't point out Shawn Michaels.
Oh no! Even though Shawn Michaels is roughly the same size as Chris Benoit and Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah, he didn't point out Bret Hart.
Even though Bret Hart is roughly the same size as Chris Benoit and Eddie Guerrero.
He didn't point out Jericho, who took exception to it, as we said, and pointed out the lovely tidbit that '95 was the worst year for the business, which was the year that Big Daddy Cool was on top.
Well, Jericho and Nash never been bosom buddies to begin with, so.
True, but still. And then, you kind of teased about it on your show yesterday. Vince Russo had his little shoot hour a couple days ago.
That was good.
Where I even got a question responded to and retweeted by Mr. Russo.
Yes, you did. That was awesome.
Yeah, he had a lot of unkind things to say about Mr. Nash and his sexual preferences.
And whether they're true or not is really irrelevant. The point is, Kevin Nash could have avoided a big old shitstorm from himself if he just not opened his big damn mouth again.
At the end of the day, You know, everybody likes different things about wrestling, and there are certain feds out there that cater to those certain things.
Yeah.
It's like, if you want technical wrestling, you've got your Benoits, your Guerreros, your Malenkos, you know, your Harts. Nowadays, you've got your Danielsons, you know, and your Punks and those guys, and Zigglers.
Yep.
You've got your brawlers, your hardcore style fighters. You know, back in the day, you had your Sandman, you had your New Jack, you had your Cactus Jack, and your Terry Funk. And nowadays, you've got Sheamus is more of a brawler than anything. Is he the extreme style brawler? No, there's no such thing as extreme anymore, really.
Yeah, seriously.
I don't even know, is CZW in operation anymore? I know they were.
Kinda, yeah.
Okay, so you got CZW for extreme. But you've got Sheamus, who's a brawler type. You've got, you know, I'm blanking.
Abyss, you know.
You've got Abyss.
Bully Ray when he's not being the main event, yeah.
For your brawlers. If you want your high flyers, you know, like your Guerreros.
Yeah.
You know, and the Mysterios.
At the end of the day, there's a reason the Baskin Robbins became 31 flavors and not chocolate and vanilla.
Seriously. Strawberry.
And strawberry, yeah.
Neapolitan.
Neapolitan, baby, that's right. There's not 3 different kinds of wrestlers. There's hundreds of different kinds of wrestlers.
Yeah, and some people are able to combine multiple talents like that, you know?
Seriously.
You know, as much crap as we give Mysterio,
yeah,
he is one of the premier high flyers in the business, has always been. Not as much anymore since he's had the multiple surgeries on the knee, but he still is one of the premier high flyers in the business. He can throw down technical. He proved that numerous times in the ring with Benoit and Eddie.
And Kurt Angle, yeah, exactly.
And Angle, yeah. You know, and he can get in there and brawl. Same with Cena. Cena can wrestle. As much shit as I give him, Cena can wrestle. They just hold him back.
Mm-hmm.
They turned him into more of a brawler type. But whenever he got into the ring with a Shawn Michaels, a Triple H, a Kurt Angle on his debut, he was able to pull that talent out of him and show it.
Yep. John's got it in him. Just Vince refuses to turn him loose. I don't understand.
You know, but what do you think about Kevin Nash bringing this up now, and why do you think he's chosen now to do so?
Seriously, they've both been gone over 5 years.
Do you think it's a get the fuck over it thing?
Seriously, it's, you know, it's...
You know, do you think that's his message? Is like, they're gone, get the fuck over it?
Maybe, but, you know, it's like, why bring up the fact that the business died when they were champion? It's like, okay, let's review their big sexy. Look at the numbers. Granted, was WWE doing good numbers period 2004? Of course not. But they were doing better numbers than they were doing 95, if I recall correctly. I don't have the figures in front of me, so I don't know. But there was a wider variety of people watching wrestling 2004 than there were in 95. 95, when you were champion, 94, 95, Nitro hadn't expanded the wrestling audience and blown the business up.
Yeah.
There was no Nitro when Nash was champion for most of the time. It was house show figures. It was Raw ratings. It was Raw was competing against the other cable shows, not Nitro. Raw was competing against, you know, like other cable networks. And they were blowing them out of the water. That's TV ratings. That's not merchandise sales. That's not house show figures. That's not pay-per-view buy rates. Look at the pay-per-view buy rates when Nash was champion. Forget it. WrestleMania 11, if I do recall, with the exception of 13, was the lowest bought WrestleMania in history. And 13, I think, even may have done a little bit better, because 13 was
still... But again, the freaking main event was with 11 was LT and Bam Bam Bigelow.
Right, exactly. Nash was even the main event, because they knew that he could not sell as the champion on their big stage. Think about it this way. When he was champion, there were no monthly pay-per-views for the first few months as champion. He main evented Royal Rumble against Bret Hart, didn't main event WrestleMania, then the May In Your House against Sid, the June King of the Ring against... It was him and Bam Bam against Sid and Tatanka. Didn't even get a title match on the King of the Ring. SummerSlam was against Mabel. The July pay-per-view, I think, was against Sid as well. And then September, he and Michaels won the tag titles from Owen Hart and... Yokozuna and the British Bulldog. Even though Owen Hart got the pinfall because he interfered. And then October, don't even remember, and then he lost to Bret. So it all came back to Bret after a year. It's like, he did not do... And at the end of the day, Bret was a transitional champion.
Yeah, he gave it to Shawn in Mania 12.
Exactly, he was the placeholder, and Bret even admitted that, and Shawn even admitted it in the book. The Clique, as much power as they had, they did not draw as world champion until Triple H.
Well, and then you factor in his WCW run and how he had to book himself
as the champion. Yeah.
To end the streak.
Yeah, that was the stupidest thing. Seriously.
At a time when the streak, debatable whether it should have ended or not.
Well, you know,
it's like it had gotten high enough up there where it was kind of untouchable, kind of not believable anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But the way they booked it to end, the way he booked it to end, and then finger poke doomed the belt to Hogan.
That was horrid.
What the fuck?
Yeah, seriously, you want to talk about the business dying? The business died on March 23rd, 2001, when the WWF purchased WCW at the end of the day. And the only reason WCW got bought is because they started declining on December 27, 1998. Because Goldberg losing the streak was the first bullet.
Yeah.
Seriously, they make the reference in the death of WCW. And I'm not a big fan of that book per se, because there's a lot of, basically one-sided shit-talking stuff in that. But they're right. Goldberg in the streak was like King Kong in the Empire State Building. He was hanging on up there. WCW was doing fine, and he was swatting the planes away, but he was still in good shape. Mm-hmm. And John Williams agrees with me, damn it. But I feel like I'm monologuing in the show now. This is great. But Goldberg taking the streak loss was the first bullet that hit the big gorilla.
Yes.
And then throughout 99, 2000, just down he came.
I agree.
Lost $500, whatever it is, millions of dollars over the course of those 2 years.
Yeah, wholeheartedly.
So, if Nash wants to talk about the death of the business, he looks no further than his own booking strategies in the late 90s. They're big, sexy.
You notice he also didn't mention, David Arquette becoming WCW champion.
Well, but
Jeff Jarrett becoming champion.
Well, like I said, by the time Goldberg took the bullet, it was the beginning of the end. Everything that happened over there was just...
I'm just pointing out that these guys were also smaller than him.
Yeah, seriously.
And yet, he goes on freaking the Undertaker DVD, talks about, I never liked wrestling big guys. You couldn't do anything with them. Hello? Hello, Super Shredder? Anybody home? The business died when small guys like Benoit and Guerrero became world champions, but you went onto a WWE released DVD and said that you didn't like working big guys because
with the exception of Undertaker. Yeah, with the exception of Undertaker. No wonder Undertaker took his costume in WrestleMania this year and became out a Super Shredder. He just to piss Nash off. Fuck him. Seriously. Anyway, that's the beer viewpoints of the day. I was on Wrestling toward Kevin Nash. Honestly,
it is what it is.
Yeah, I don't understand why. Number one, why. To be perfectly honest with you, I hate the fact that we're giving him such press over this.
Well, it's newsworthy.
It is newsworthy.
Something we talk about.
Yeah.
And it's still relevant because he's still opening his mouth daily on Twitter.
Seriously.
Talking about it.
How soon before we're blocked about this? Right, Taz? Right, Matthews?
Right, Velvet?
Right, Velvet? Yeah.
I'm waiting for Kelly to just block me the way I bash her.
I know, seriously. I just don't care.
Yeah.
So, I just don't care.
So anyways, that is our views on the Kevin Nash scenario.
Yes.
What are y'all thoughts? Comment box, video responses. You know how to get a hold of us on Twitter.
The video responses, I didn't mean to cut you off, I apologize. Okay. Video responses, we would love to have those and incorporate them into next week's show.
Yeah.
Just be like, here, we talked about this last week, let's see what you all thought. Okay, moving on to the next topic.
Yeah.
Just,
video questions for Jeff on After the Bell.
We was going to get there for a second. Yeah, we tried that a couple times on the other show. It did work out pretty well. I don't see a problem with that.
Yeah. We can totally make this happen and make you, our fans, not our trolls, our fans, part of the show.
That's right.
We are not opposed to that. So please submit your video responses.
Yes, we don't ignore the 2,000 people plus that subscribe. We don't ignore the 87% out there, or the however many percent out there.
Although they feel like we do because Jade still has a spot on the channel.
Well, you know what, guys? At the end of the day, if you don't like Jade, just stay away from YouTube on Wednesday. Yeah, seriously. Just don't. Nobody in this channel has been throwing down y'all's throats. Subscribe to this channel, you will watch our show. Don't do that shit around here.
No.
Nobody's putting a gun to your head saying you must watch RSI. RSI
or Ringside Renegades.
Or Ringside Renegades, or anything that features Jade on the show. At the end of the day, we sit here and do this for you guys. If you don't want to watch, you don't have to watch. We do it for our own shits and giggles, and so you guys have something to do.
And I have been very good for the past year and a half, but I'm going to make this decree now. Trolls, you're going to just start getting blocked. It's one thing to pose constructive criticism, it's another thing to troll.
Just be flat out mean. Yeah, that's bullshit.
So from this post on Tuesday on out, if I catch a troll post, you will be blocked and deleted. I have let y'all have the freedom of speech for the better part of a year and a half. And now I'm just tired of seeing the mean comments.
Yep. Again,
if you want to make a comment constructively and criticize her performance, or our performance, or Statboy's performance, and actually say what it is you do or do not like about their show, that's one thing. But to sit there and talk about, Jade needs to die, and shit like that,
that's stupid.
That's getting blocked. Here on out.
Yeah, seriously, we're not here to get subscriber counts. We're here to do our thing.
We're here because we want to do it.
Yep.
Not because we're being paid to do it.
Yeah, seriously, that's just a nice little caveat.
Anyway, this weekend you've got the Witches of Oz review tomorrow on Ringside Insanity. So if you don't want to see it, don't watch it. Featuring Al Snow as the Gnome King in a brief cameo. No, he wasn't beating up on Joey Ryan.
He wishes.
Statboy and Dads are going to be a little flip-flopped this week because of him taking a
siesta.
Yes.
up to the boonies of the Antelope Valley.
But he will be back for the weekend for SummerSlam. We will be out there at Access with camera in tow. Whether we are actually inside the event or not at this point remains to remain seen.
Yes.
But we will be out there with camera trying to get some of y'all's thoughts on SummerSlam so that we can post those up on the channel. So just be on the lookout for us because we will be in full effect this weekend at SummerSlam.
Alright.
So, for episode 101 of Dads on Wrestling, I'm the Renegade.
I'm Jeff.
And we will see you next time.